In this section, we're going to talk about PBNs, private blog networks. This is usually an area where a lot of SEOs differ. Some say PBNs are the way to go. They rank every website purely with PBNs. That's one extreme. And on the other side, some say, oh, we should avoid PBNs. They are so 2014 or 2013, and that's black hat and it's not white hat. Um, the way I see PBNs is if we know to use PBNs the right way, that's one more tool in our toolkit to rank a website. I don't purely depend only on PBNs. I use a lot of other like organic outreach, citations, social, a lot of other links. But PBNs do play a major role in ranking local websites, especially local websites. So today we'll talk about what are PBNs and is it safe to use PBNs in SEO. So PBN is basically a private blog network. It's basically a network of powerful authoritative websites or blogs, you can call them, which are used to build links to your main site. We call our main site the money site for the sole purpose of ranking higher in Google. So this is a network of websites. It could be a network of 5, 10, 15, 25, 7,500 different websites that you own and that you manipulate, that are really, you use to influence Google to rank your website. And the way you do it is by building links from that PBN sites to your money site. And usually PBNs are previously owned domains or websites that were not renewed by that website owner or domain owner for whatever reason. They could have forgotten to renew the website and it expired and it came to auction and you bought it, or that business doesn't exist anymore, or the blog doesn't, there's no need for the website for the owner, and so he just let it to expire, and then we can buy it because and the reason we buy these PBNs and we use PBNs is because these are websites that have a lot of power, right? That have a lot of backlinks going into that particular PBN site, which in Google's eyes shows this PBN as a powerful, high DA, high domain authority website. And we want to get that link juice, which is basically all the power of the links, to go into our website, our main site, to rank it. Okay. Hope I haven't confused you. And we'll go through an example. We'll go in detail as to how we source PBNs and how we use PBNs to rank websites. Is it gray hat SEO? That's a real gray area. Really, what is gray hat SEO, right? SEO, itself, they say white hat SEO is basically, you're building links through organic outreach, which is basically putting up an article in different websites and linking to your website. But that contradicts itself because as the very fact that you're doing SEO is you're manipulating Google, and that's totally against Google's terms and conditions. So I really don't understand, when people say white hat SEO, or I do black hat SEO, or I do gray hat SEO. I certainly don't recommend black hat SEO, which is totally spammy domains linking to your website with total, hundreds of exact match anchor text. I certainly don't recommend that. Do I do white hat SEO? To be truthful, I don't purely do white hat SEO. If the definition of white hat SEO is, organically put up a post in somebody's blog and have it link and then wait, that's just too time consuming. Okay. I go for a mix of white and gray hat, if that's what you call it. Honestly, I don't even call it these terms. I just say SEO because what I do is I put up real looking websites that I own, but that are hosted in different domains and registered in different registers. So in Google's eyes, it looks like there's a lot of different websites and domains with good power and authority linking to my money site. And so it's a quicker way to rank sites. And that's what I do, to be honest, right? I hope I haven't confused you, but hang on with me. You'll totally understand PBNs. Um, so, end of 2017, going into 2018, what's the right way to use PBNs? Um, 4 or 5 years ago, you could buy a real spammy domain that just put you could buy a domain that was really nothing to do with your niche that you're in. So let's say you're ranking a tree service website. Okay, you could buy an expired doctor or a dentist website, put just one page of content in it, link to your main site, your tree site, and that will help in the ranking. And people used to do that a lot and get away with it. But over time, Google came up with these algorithm changes that right now going forward, it is good to be on the safe side because long term, Google keeps changing his algorithm, major changes every 6 months, and every single day there's minor changes to the algorithm. It's always changing, and you want to make sure your PBN network sites and your money site they all follow the guidelines of Google. It doesn't look spammy in Google's eyes, really. So the real reason that PBNs get a bad rep is because most SEOs don't know how to use PBNs. When I say how to use them, they don't know how to source and buy a good expired or an auction domain. We'll go through that in detail. And then they don't know what to look for in buying a PBN. And then more importantly, they just host all their PBNs or register all their PBNs in one host or in one registrar. And that's a big red flag because think about it, right? What are the chances that all the links coming to your main site or money site is coming from domains that are all hosted in one host account? Or maybe all the links coming into your money site are all registered by the same person, you. That's so unnatural. That, in Google's eyes, is manipulation, and they're going to flag it and probably a penalty, right? What we do is we build out PBNs like we build a real money site. So don't just put one page of content. We'll go through it in detail. We build out a site which has 4, 5, 6 pages at least, so it looks like a real website. And then we build out a link to our main site from the PBN's homepage because that's where the most of the power is. I'll show that to you in a moment. And that way, in Google's eyes, it looks like it's a real PBNs, real website, sorry. And most importantly, we make sure that every PBN linking to our money site, every PBN site linking to our money site is hosted in a separate host account. And we also want to make sure that it's registered it's not registered by the same person. So there's a different ways you can do that. So let's go into finding how do you find PBNs.